So boys and girls, we are looking at three-dimensional shapes. Three-dimensional shapes have three dimensions, namely length, width, and depth. Boys and girls, three-dimensional shapes will always have the following properties: faces, edges, and vertices. We have different types of three-dimensional shapes, but on this specific slide, I'm just going to take you through a few of them and their names. We have cubes and cuboids. We also have spheres, prisms, pyramids, cones, as well as cylinders. Please take note that these are not the only three-dimensional shapes, but they are just amongst the common ones. Now that we have refreshed our memory about three-dimensional shapes, we are going to look at polyhedra. Boys and girls, the word polyhedra is a plural form of the word polyhedron. Therefore, a polyhedron is a three-dimensional solid made by joining together polygons. Polygons, in simple terms, are your flat shapes. For example, squares, triangles, or perhaps rectangles. Now, the word polyhedron comes from two Greek words. Poly, meaning many, and hedron, referring to surface or shape. So polyhedrons are defined by the number of faces they have. Boys and girls, in front of you is a three-dimensional solid, and this solid is known as a pyramid. And this pyramid has all the properties of a three-dimensional solid, namely the face, the vertex, and the edge. So just to define those words for you, starting with face. Now, I decided to say faces because we know that this shape is made up of more than one face. So faces are the flat surfaces that make up a polyhedron. And these faces are regular polygons. Now, for the sake of this example, these polygons are triangles. Moving on to edges. Edges are the regions where the two flat surfaces meet. Then vertices are the points of intersection of the edges. And vertices are also known as the corners of a polyhedron. So then the plural of vertex is called vertices. We derive the names of polyhedrons from the number of faces that they have. Now here are a few examples of the polyhedrons we might come across. Tetrahedron. This is a polyhedron with 4 faces. Pentahedron is a polyhedron with 5 faces. Hexahedron is a polyhedron with 6 faces. Heptahedron is a polyhedron with 7 faces. Octahedron is a polyhedron with 8 faces. Nonahedron, a polyhedron with 9 faces. And decahedron is a polyhedron with 10 faces. Boys and girls, we also have regular polyhedrons known as Platonic solids. Now these, boys and girls, are very, very important. There are only 5 regular polyhedrons, and regular polyhedrons are defined as having identical faces of regular polygons. This, boys and girls, means that if a particular polyhedron is made up of a triangle, then all the faces will be triangles. So all the faces will be exactly the same. If it is made from a square, then all the faces will be squares. If it is made up of pentagons, then all the faces will be made up of pentagons. Great. So here are the 5 regular polyhedrons. I have the first one as the tetrahedron, which is made from a triangle, and it has 4 faces, 6 edges, and 4 vertices. Next we have a cube, which is made from a square having 6 faces, 12 edges, and 8 vertices. Next we have the octahedron, which is made from a triangle with 8 faces, 12 edges, and 6 vertices. Next we have a dodecahedron, which is made from a pentagon having 12 faces, 30 edges, and 20 vertices. Lastly, we have an icosahedron, which is made from a triangle with 20 faces, 30 edges, and 12 vertices. Now, boys and girls, I repeat, this is very important. Next is what we call a rhombic cube octahedron, which is an irregular polyhedron made up of 8 triangles, 18 squares, and in total it has 26 faces. This is also important here I have an irregular polyhedron called a truncated cube octahedron. Now this is made up of 12 squares, 8 hexagons, 6 octagons, and in total it has 26 faces. Also important, I hope now you know that life's pointless without geometry. Just a joke. Thank you so much, boys and girls, for lending me an ear. You guys are really fantastic. Until tomorrow, stay safe.